Grand Rising. Grand Rising to all my star seeds, to all my Reiki practitioners, to all my enlightened beings all across the world. This is Ptah Speaks with a quick nugget of information. I've been getting a lot of responses when I speak to individuals when I want to put out some new content. So I just wanted to make sure that I drop in and get some really, let's see, Grand Rising, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is your Awakened Master, Ptah Shakur, coming in with very impactful information. I'm going to begin with my daily affirmation. I know my place in truth. I know what I am in truth. I know how I serve in truth. I'm free. I'm free. I'm free. I am in the upper room. God is. God is. God is. I, Ptah Shakur, pledge to always look for the best in each and every circumstance and each and every one, especially starting with myself. I come from love. I am love. And I choose to look at the world through the lens of love. I actually commit myself to choosing the upper room, to vibrating at the highest level possible. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. Well, hold on, make all things true. My apologies. I've been hearing individuals asking when I'm going to come out with some new content. And here we go. I've said on the previous broadcast about the things that we can experience for this upcoming 2023. And one of the things that I've actually shared was keep your eyes on the sky. It's just by the time of this particular recording is made, the U.S. has reportedly shot down multiple what they call UFOs, UAPs, that have been floating coming over Alaska, coming over through Canada and such. However, did you know that Russia, over the past month, actually also shot down some UAP type of activity that was going on over their airspace? And it's also rumored that even in China as well, that they shot down some UAPs or some unidentified flying objects over their airspace. So for all my individuals that have a decorum of logic, I want to think about that. So over in the United States, Canada, China, and Russia, all within the beginning of this 2023, all have military shot down some unexplainable items that are actually in the sky. I don't think that is coincidence at all. However, I do want to pose this thought to all my logical thinking individuals out there. Those that do know that the heads of these particular governments have been and are completely aware of extraterrestrial activity for years now, going back into the 1960s. Believe it or not, there was a minister of defense in China has shared that the Chinese government has been working hand in hand with these extraterrestrials since the 1960s. And the Department of the ex-Prime Minister of Canada is actually doing tours like and sharing that Canada is aware and have been interacting with these extraterrestrials since the 60s as well. The United States seems to be the only one that's kind of tight-lipped about their affiliation with these particular beings. However, this is what I like to kind of throw out. Yeah, as according to the Brookings report, that was actually, I believe it was in 1950, the Brookings report, for those that don't know, was the United States government there in Washington, D.C., gathered the top economists, different professors in different departments within the government, got them all into the room and actually shared. If we were to share with the American public what is really going on over our airspace and what's really going on in our feet in relation to these extraterrestrial type of experiences, what would take place? 6 months later, they came back with their findings and shared that the stock market was going to crash by a particular amount, that the unemployment rate was going to rise by a particular amount, and that violence would actually exponentially increase as well. So since that time, it's been has been sealed. But if you study Hollywood, the government actually has relationships with Hollywood to slowly start to inundate the mass consciousness of people to actually bring them slowly to the level of understanding because the shock of the hour is very, 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 very close. And this particular information, for anybody that knows me, knows that I am a researcher. And part of my research has been found out that there is quite a few secrets and conspiracies, as they call, that are being withheld from the American public. So this is what I want to kind of share with you all. Being in the fact that the United States, Canada, Russia, and China have all reportedly shot down some unexplainable things over their airspace all at the same time. I have an idea that I want to kind of pitch out to everyone. Since these governments already know about these individuals, extraterrestrials, because they've been working in conjunction with them for years, what they slowly want to do is to have the mass consciousness or the citizens of the United States to get the conversation going. So I've noticed now people have been coming up to me and sharing about different TikToks and different types of YouTube videos and things. The discussion now is concerning what is going on above in the sky. The important thing about that is the more the individuals start to inquire about the possibility of things existing, then the readily availability of people actually noticing these type of these instances happen in their day-to-day lives. Believe it or not, these have been taking place for quite some time. It's actually really reserved for those individuals that have been fringe or more of the eccentric individuals that have been noticing or realizing that these UFOs, UAPs, this type of interactions with particular things. But now these governments have said that it is time for it to be part of the day-to-day discussion. So what I'm sharing with you that these particular balloons and these type of things, the fact that they're being shot down by themselves, it's already shared with you that the government is actually putting these things into orbit, putting in the airspace, and shooting them down just to have the conversation going about these particular UAPs. And I do want to note that this is something that came from the scientific journal. I apologize, I don't know which particular country it was. How the idea was back in the 1400s, there was settlers that pulled up outside of this island. On the island was the natives. They were living a very modest lifestyle. They were still having hunter-gatherer type of experience going on in this particular development there. So these settlers that have pulled up, they pulled their large sailboat up just offshore of this particular island. However, the inhabitants of that island never realized the ship even existed until one day there was the wisest individual in the town, which happened to be like the witch doctor or whatever the soothsayer was. He would study how the waves were interacting with something at this particular junction point of the waters where this phenomenon would take place. So every day, this particular wise individual would stand out and he would study why is the waves or why is the water interacting differently with this particular part of the area. And as he began to study it and look at this particular area, then it became evident what he was looking at. So he immediately went into town and brought all the townspeople out, and they lined up along the shores and they looked out. And when he told them all to look out, they didn't see what he was talking about. And then when he put it in terms where they could understand, I believe it wasn't in English, but it was probably something like this. He said, if you look out into the water, you will see something brown as the color of let's say, a oak tree. And it's the shape of a bowl. And upon it, you will see a large tree or a large, long pole, which was the mast of the particular ship. And what we also explained is the white billowy, you may say, utilize the term as far as the white milky type of visual of the sail of this particular sailboat that was actually docked right outside of the island there. Been out there for months. No one was able to see it. But however, when he shared with those particular descriptive visuals with the townspeople in the way that they could understand, immediately every single person that was visually watching at that time was able to see what was already there. So the idea is this. In order to recognize something with your physical eyes, you at least got to have the framework in your mind for it to exist, or you will not see it with your eyes. This has been really demonstrated with a myriad of different type of experiments, and there's even something called brain games, which is, I believe, it's on Netflix right now. It really brings to mind: do we really see with our eyes, or do we really see with our mind? And if your mind does not have the capability of understanding what you're looking at, the physical eye wouldn't be able to recognize it from the beginning. So that particular, I'm doing a little prognostication here. Just the idea of the conversation taking place about UAPs, UFOs, or this is something that was done deliberately to get the conversation started. And I would not be surprised in the next couple of months to be hearing more about unidentified flying objects and things of that nature. So I just want to make sure that I got that on record as far as what is being taking place in this wonderful time. 2023 is going to be a blast. Another instance that I've shared in previous recordings as well, as far as what to expect for 2023, is the Earth is actually coming alive. Of course, when it comes alive, it's going to do geology clearly. There's going to be land masses that are actually going to be going under, and this land mass is actually going to be risen as a result of this change. It's much like the inhabitants of this planet were fleas that are actually on a dog that's sleeping. So on. When that dog actually gets up and starts moving his haunches and moving around, if you were located in the area where the haunches were, now that part is going to be moved. And so, yes, you are going to experience things like we experienced in Turkey. I would suspect over in Iran and even going around what's called the Ring of Fire, or as people know as far as that mountain range that's in there in Turkey, and that the Kundalini snake mountain ranges that actually go throughout the planet, goes up into Russia and Asia, comes up into Alaska, then comes down to the western part of the United States, and then continues on to South America. I believe there will be activity taking place along that entire mountainous region, including the Ring of Fire, as the Earth begins its process of awakening due to what's taking place not only in our sun, which we call the sun that actually controls our solar system, but the central sun. Most people need to understand that the sun that we call our sun that we see every day, it revolves around another called the central sun. And believe it or not, when we talk about these global warming things taking place, this is something that's happening to every single planet that is in our solar system, including the sun as well. Something else to look out for is a lot of sun activity, sunspots, solar flares. And all of that is speaking to the time that we're in right now. I truly believe that we are living in the time of the Christ consciousness. This is the time that was written about in all of the scriptures and all of the books, even alluded to by the Mayans in 2012. And we have a few more years left as we all transfer into this energy. We're being actually trained on a genetic level, the DNA level. Every single man, woman, and child, we have soul work that we need to do on a personal level as well as on a mass consciousness level. We all have to remove this discordant energy so we can evolve, because the Earth is in a state of evolution. So we need to evolve, or we need to expand and raise our consciousness at the same time so we can ride this beautiful energy that's coming in. So for those that are watching this at home, it may surprise some, it may dishearten some, however, it may elate others as well that is actually riding on this energetic wave that is coming in. I applaud all my star seeds, all my light workers, all my Reiki healers, all the individuals that are doing their very best to make sure that we promote nothing but light and love to every corner and every space in the planet, because the planet actually needs us, and those earthquakes are just a way for them to the earth to shed some of this karmic energy that we've been placed into it based off of our thoughts and things about it. So just want to kind of jump in and share that information. Keep your eyes on the sky, stay woke, and stay tuned for next time. And I'll put stuff in some very, very enlightening content. So until next time, light and love to everyone.